Back in October, the Falcons lost a thriller in their last game against the Buccaneers. Can Tampa Bay sweep the series? Find out next on Madden Football.
The cannons of the pirate ship ready to fire in the north end zone. We can only be one place. Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa, the home of the Buccaneers. Set for a good matchup in the NFC South, so glad you're with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, this is a division you know a lot about, and the rivalries within this division always kind of gives you a good game when it's NFC South against NFC South.
Yeah, and this is a division, Mike, that I've lived in for a long time in my career, and at one point, you can make the argument that it was the best division in football, but right now, it's the quarterback
The kicker, Chase McLaughlin, will get this one started. And off we go from Tampa. Ray McLeod on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Falcons, led out by their quarterback, Kirk Cousins. One of the big moves in the offseason, Atlanta acquiring Cousins in free agency. He had 6 years in Washington, the last 6 in Minnesota, and now he begins his run this season with the Falcons.
I think when you go back and watch last week's game, Mike, I think two things were at play. Number one, let's give credit to the defense. I think they did a nice job of identifying some of the easy layups we've seen this quarterback hit from a week-to-week basis. They took it away. They made him go to his second, third, check down through his progression. And then secondly, when the play did line up, when they did get the look they wanted, he just missed a lot of throws. So they know they cannot afford another pedestrian performance out of him this week. If he can play to the standard we've seen in weeks past, they can have a better chance of having a better result.
Now some movement up front, and we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today. They run over center with Robinson. And he's going to be brought down behind the line. This defense fired up to start the game. It's fourth down. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. And it'll be third down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Taking the deep shot here with Robinson. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Bucs have it. Wow, you think you have moved it down the field with a terrific passing catch, but got to finish the play. And on the turnover, the defense takes over.
You work so hard, Mike, to execute the play the way it's designed, and you come up with a huge, explosive play in the pass game, only to then lose it because of poor ball security. And that's exactly what we saw here. Give credit to the defense forcing that ball out, but it's a shame that it came at the end of what was a big offensive play.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay, so this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. On 1st and 10, Cousins. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Cousins. Short throw taken by Pitts. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. Cousins going to throw. He's got it inside the 5. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on third, and it sets up a 1st and goal. Now, Cousins. This one caught at the 4. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Neutral zone infraction, defense. Still second down.
They'll try it one more time, but now a bit closer. It is 2nd and goal. To throw is Cousins. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Drake London was the intended receiver there. And now 3rd and goal coming up. Cousins. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd. Well, clearly this coach wanted to come out aggressive early. They decide not to settle for the field goal by going for it on 4th and goal, and they are turned away. What a great stop early in this game by this defense.
Here's 1st and 10. Now, our run with the rookie out of Oregon. And he's pushing tacklers away as he takes it forward for a gain of 9. With that, I want to give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Right back to Irving. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down.
A gain of 4 yards. And the Buccaneers, 1st down.
They'll go again here with Irving. He'll take this forward maybe 2-3 yards, but doesn't matter. We have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. They send Godwin in motion. He'll drop to throw. He's going to tuck it and go. Good result there after the penalty. They get the yardage back and then some.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the 1st down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback. Just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
Now they'll set up to throw. This pass is caught by Cade Otton. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
So if you're going to have time to allow your big tight end to start on one side of the field and run a crossing route all the way to the other, your big guys up front better hold up in protection. That's exactly what they were able to do here. Gave the quarterback the confidence of staying with him the entire way through, delivering that ball on the far side of the field, and leads to a nice pickup.
From out of the gun, he'll throw. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2.
At the 45-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Irving. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. 3rd down, 3 to go.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. Here's Bijan Robinson and the Falcon offense set for their next drive. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7.
At the 21-yard line.
They go play action with Cousins. That'll be caught by the running back Robinson. A gain of 17 yards. It's good for a Falcon first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense...
Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Cousins to throw. He's going to take a shot here for Mooney.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Irving. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
A give. This is Irving. It's a good pickup on 2nd down, but there is a flag down, and this one might not stand up. They'll run with Irving. That would qualify as an angry run, powering his way forward. A pickup of 7. Now a 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll run it. It's Irving. A gain there of 10 yards. Good for a Buccaneers first down.
And you see the nice pickup here by Bucky Irving, and it's kind of one of those guys, Mike, that we use that phrase, he's quicker than he is fast. You know, you line him up in the 40-yard dash, and maybe he doesn't jump off the page at you, but he makes people miss in the hole. He's got great vision, great instincts with the ball. A lot of that you can't coach, and I'll tell you, they are really high on him in this Tampa Bay Bucs organization.
Here comes Otten in motion. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'd say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Back to throw. That's caught. It's Bucky Irving. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds, so possession does not change hands. Now the veteran, it's Chase Edmonds. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down. Sending a receiver right. They'll throw here on third and short yardage. That one complete. It's the tight end, Otten. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a touchdown. But I don't think he knows yet that this one is coming back. So a costly penalty here. It wipes away the touchdown. Here's Irving. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. And before the snap, we have a whistle. And this could very well be a false start. Following the penalty, they'll run it. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to third down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
They'll look to throw. He's got it at the 3. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
So a big third down hookup takes us to the break. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. We'll have more from Tampa after this. This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. He'll get this forward. No signal. They're going to mark him down at the 1. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's in. Bucky Irving. Touchdown, Tampa. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
So 7-0 the score, and set now for the dynamic kickoff. McLeod now to return. And he'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Falcons offense ready to get back to work. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. And he will wiggle his way forward for a gain of a couple. 2nd down and 8. Pitts is the man in motion. 2nd down, Cousins. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Here's Cousins throwing from the pistol. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. A fair catch will be taken here with that flag down by the punter, and this might keep the drive alive.
Automatic first down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
The Buccaneers offense and their running back Bucky Irving ready to hit the field again. The next drive about ready to commence. Want to remind you what's coming up in primetime this week. Tonight on Sunday Night Football, 2 teams with plenty of playoff history, both historically and recently. The Cowboys and the Niners from Santa Clara, followed tomorrow night with Monday Night Football, the blue-collar teams. The Giants and the Steelers meet up in Pittsburgh with kickoff time at 8:15 Eastern. That's good for 27 and a 1st down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Still first down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Here comes Otten in motion. On 2nd down, a run with Irving. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down. Here's Jake Camarda now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Falcons offense headed back to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. A quick throw here, going to be taken by London. They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Falcons.
A shotgun snap, and they'll give it to Robinson. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
Nice run that time, and Bijan Robinson, I mean, what can you say, Mike, about his rookie season? Over 1,400 yards from scrimmage, and you know what the crazy part is? I think there's a lot of room for him to continue to improve both himself and the system that he's operating in.
Pitts is the man in motion. Now, Cousins. That's caught left side by Pitts. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line. On the give, it's Robinson. He'll work forward to the 40-yard line. Elijah Cansey in on the stop. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. A toss left side, caught by his running back. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
It's 3rd down, and defensively, you think you do a great job taking everybody away. But sometimes you just can't account for the quick little check down to the back and his ability to run in the open field and make people miss. He's able to pick up a huge gain.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Now here's Tyler Algier out of BYU. Nice gain on 1st down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand? To throw is Cousins. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A give up the middle to Algier. And he's able to sidestep his way forward and pick up 4. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Cousins now. Will try to set up a tight end screen with Pitts. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. 4th down, and the Falcons turn to Younghoe Koo for the field goal. This is going to be from 53 yards out. Koo's kick is good. And the Falcons are on the board. It's 7-3. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return is Trey Palmer. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Buccaneers offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. To the left side, to Godwin. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Now a handoff running right. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. 3rd and a yard.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
We'll try to pick this one up on the ground. And that'll move the sticks. 1st down, up to the 40.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Nice gain on first down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand? Tristan Wirfs, former first-round pick, with the flag. He'll look to throw. A pass pulled in by Irving. Here's a 2nd and 12.
Second down at the 39-yard line.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll air one out for Palmer. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Third down and 12 yards to go.
He'll drop to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Once the quarterback leaves the pocket, the hope is that it buys him a little time to allow second reaction from his receivers downfield. What he's not accounting for is the speed of a lot of these defensive ends in the league, Mike. He closed that distance a lot faster than I think the quarterback anticipated, and he comes away with the sack.
Here's the punter now, as he is on to punt for Tampa Bay. A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Falcons offense and running back Bijan Robinson headed back onto the field. And he has been the focal point of this offense. When you get a performance like this, you can almost invariably know the offensive line's been stellar, and they have been so far. And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Falcons.
Cousins gonna throw. He'll get this to the former Bear, Darnell Mooney. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient. But at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down.
The Buccaneers offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with first down from their own 11. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now, screen set up for Irving. And he's going to get this up to the 22-yard line. Now the Bucs will take their first timeout. And they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Now they'll set up to throw. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. He was trying to fit that one into Mike Evans. And it'll lead to a second down. Back to throw. He keeps it himself.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
A short one there to Otten. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short. Here's their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. McLeod to return. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. There's Kirk Cousins. He and the Falcons set for their next drive. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Well, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. And that is incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball, and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
Fair catch made here. The drive will start at the 23-yard line. 1st and 10. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we've reached the intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. And we get you across the state to Orlando and check in with the coach. Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles, where you see the final score there. The Vikings don't want to fall into a deep hole this early, so a good win there ups their record to 3-4. From there, we head east to the land to check on the Brownies at home at Cleveland Browns Stadium. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Derrick Henry, 100 yards exactly on the ground with a touchdown run as well. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they were winners in their ball game as they were able to handle the visiting New York Jets. Drake May, terrific in the win, and a much-needed win at that, as it is indeed their first on the year.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half, about to get started. This will be returned from the 6. Strong. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Bucs offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this 3rd quarter. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing now from the gun. That's caught. Trey Palmer. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Great pre-snap identification by the quarterback, realizing that the blitz was coming and exactly where the soft spot in the defense would be. He's able to put that slant route right on the front shoulder pad of his receiver, leads to a real nice run after catch, and brings up 1st down.
Here comes Otten in motion. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. They send Godwin in motion. They'll look to throw yet again. He connects with Palmer on that one. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And for the moment, that's a first down, but we do have a marker down. Let's see if this one will hold up. So now, after the penalty, a much tougher prospect to convert. It is 3rd and 9. Here comes Otten in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
At the Falcons' 36-yard line.
Here comes Otten in motion. They'll look to throw. This one on target to Godwin. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
That's a gain of 6.
Here's 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
And that is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
McLeod now to return. He'll get this out to the 25-yard line, but a penalty marker may bring it back a bit. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. He's able to get away from one man, but those reinforcements, they got there quick. Take him down behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Cousins to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Falcons send their punching unit out as he's standing right around his own goal line. Fair catch will be taken here. It is right at the 40-yard line. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll begin with a zone read. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
This defense has had their share of troubles trying to contain this quarterback today, Mike. This time they go to the zone read. The defender goes after the running back, and the quarterback pulls it, keeps it himself, and has a huge gain for a 1st down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll get forward for about a yard. Caden Ellis in on that stop. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Encroachment. Defense. Still second down.
Taking off. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Going to stop this here for injury. One of the Buccaneers is down. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. To the goal line and in. Mike Evans. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Bucs move out in front by the score of 17-3. McLeod now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. That's into the hands of Werner, the tight end.
Complete to Charlie Werner. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
2nd down, Cousins. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. That ball is caught on the sideline, and both feet in bounds. A big 3rd down pickup for a 1st down.
24-yard gain on the play.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Pitts is the man in motion. They'll go again with Robinson. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. 1st down.
On the tackle. A gain of 7. And the Falcon 1st down.
Another run here for Robinson. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Cousins now on 2nd down. Short throw taken by Pitts. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. 3rd down, 3 to go. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Open man is Mooney. He's got it. They get 14 on that hookup. First down, Atlanta.
First down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of...
Todd Bowles disagrees with that call, and he's thrown the challenge flag. At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. So the challenge is not successful, and that will cost them the first of their 3 timeouts for the half. On 1st and 10, Cousins. That one is caught by Mooney. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 11-yard line.
Throwing now, Cousins. And he's going to be taken down back at the 20-yard line.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Out is Younghoe Koo to try the field goal. This one will be from 37 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Falcons are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
And he is stopped at the 25, and the drive will begin there. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Irving. And a short pickup past the 25.
He was brought down at the 26. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here comes Otten in motion. From out of the gun, he'll throw. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one.
And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
It was pretty clear what Raheem Morris and the Atlanta Falcons front office saw in this guy, Mike. I mean, when you put the film on, his explosiveness just jumps off the screen. I mean, one of the fastest interior defenders at this last year's combine, and he's twitchy, he's versatile. He still has some things to work on with his awareness and finding the ball, but as far as upside and physical qualities, this guy's off the charts.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Give left side. Here comes Robinson. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here. Now, after that last snap, we have an injured player. It's Bijan Robinson. who's in some pain down there. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Cousins. That's complete. He's got it to London. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a first down.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. To throw is Cousins. Here's a screen taken in by Algier. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Cousins. And he's going to be taken down, a sack on what likely will wrap up play in this 3rd quarter. Joe Tryon Shoyinka maneuvering in there to bring his man down. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Falcons getting their punter out there, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. That's going to be out of bounds, no return, and the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do. And certainly some optimism that this is the end. This is the week they're going to put it all together and end that long losing streak. They are not home yet, but they are in control here in the 4th.
Just didn't quite get enough into that ball. You see sometimes the pressure, the rush, force a quarterback to throw the ball off his back foot, and I think there was a little bit of that here at play. You have to be willing to step up, even in the face of pressure, and get enough behind that ball to put that one a little bit more on the money. You know at this point the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball?
And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
All these stops are great. You're trying to cut back into this deficit, find your way back into this game. But the defense can make as many stops as they want, Mike. This game's going to come down to what does their offense do when they take the field.
This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50 and set up the offense with a short field. The visitors' offense and Kirk Cousins heading back on the field. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. He's got his man. It's Mooney. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Wow! Look at him move away from a tackler as he winds up gaining 7 yards. Nice run there. 2nd down and 3. Now, Cousins. To the left side in the hands of London. He's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the first down, and they are going to set up from the 7-yard line. They'll run here with Algier. to the 5-yard line. Here now, second down and goal. Here's a designed run. He's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8-yard line. And last year was the Achilles, and now Kirk Cousins in pain again. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. On 3rd and goal, it's Penix. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Palmer now to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Bucs offense ready to come back out for this next possession. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. A give. This is Irving. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. Here comes 3rd and 6. They'll throw out of the gun. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack. Kicking time for the Bucs. They'll punch it away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th-quarter lead. This is taken at his own 30. And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down. The Falcons offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. On first down, they'll start out with Algier. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face second down and 7. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A run here with Algier. A big play there on second down, but we do have a flag on the field, and that's in an area where usually this play gets erased. They'll run out of the gun, and this is Algier. And their woes in the running game continue. He's going to be taken down behind the line. They need one right now. 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down. Here's Penix. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. He has been busy. 9 receptions on the game in that one. A first down.
First down, Falcons.
On the give, this is Algier. And that'll be a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Atlanta.
From the gun, it's Penix. To the outside, a catch made by Moore. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. We've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the gun, here is Penix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play a man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. Mike, I'll tell you, off his foot, I thought he had it the entire way. I mean, sometimes you get lucky and the ball kind of kicks in off the upright, but other times you don't. In this case, the upright sent it right back.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Now, faking the give. Over the middle, that's Godwin. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. They go right back to Godwin. He's got it again. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On the ground, it's Irving. And he'll fight forward for a couple of yards, but a flag is down, and the linemen are already walking back. They'll run with Irving. Ooh! And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Here comes Otten in motion. Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one off on time. They'll look to throw. He's going to keep it, carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And this is taken in by the defense. The quarterback was on the move, starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball. And the fumble's recovered by the defense.
And early on, Mike, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback, extending that play, getting some positive yards with his legs, but he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit, loses the ball, and now the defense takes over.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. To throw is Penix. He runs with it, and he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They'll drop to throw. Throw over the middle, caught by London. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Falcons.
They'll throw. It's Penix. And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. On second down, here's Penix. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Penix on third down. That one on target to Moore. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 39 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Penix gonna throw again. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
Getting hard to hear in here. The noise very loud from the crowd. 3rd and 3. Throwing again, it's Penix. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Algier. And this is not going to do it. The defense comes through here in the final minute, and it may just be enough to get them a victory. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it. It's Irving. Falcons go ahead and take their second timeout as they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game. 2nd and 11. Right back to Irving. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down. They'll go again here with Irving. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. The Buccaneers getting their punter out there. And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Now Penix. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it. Here comes 2nd down. Here's Penix. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. And that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. So fire the cannons. It's a win for the Bucs. What a finish to this one. The defense comes up with the interception in clutch time to seal it on the final play. And the defense walks off the field with the victory for their team. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Buccaneers get the win as we say so long from Tampa.